You know, everyone gets into the rental business with this big dream, right? You're thinking financial freedom, building an asset, maybe even managing it from a beach somewhere. But the reality, well, the reality can be a total operational nightmare. You're juggling bookings, trying to coordinate cleaners, taking calls at all hours. It feels less like a dream and more like a job you can never, ever clock out of. But what if there was a better way? A way to get that control back and actually scale your business? Okay, let's get real for a second. Does this sound familiar? You're buried in a dozen different WhatsApp chats. Your finances are in some massive Excel sheet that you're honestly terrified to even touch, and your phone is just buzzing constantly. I guess cancels, and suddenly you're scrambling to update your calendar on 3 different websites, hoping you don't mess it up. This isn't just inefficient, it's what's holding you back from real growth. You know, there are really two kinds of operators out there. On one hand, you've got the person who's just constantly putting out fires. They're totally reactive, answering the same questions day in and day out, and they feel completely swamped. Their business just stagnates because all their energy is spent just trying to stay afloat. But then, on the other hand, you have the operator who's built a real system. They're proactive, their whole operation is streamlined, and they can actually focus on the stuff that matters, like finding that next property. And let's put a hard number on this chaos. 4.5 hours. That is the average time operators waste every single week just going back and forth with their cleaning staff. I mean, think about that. That's over half a workday gone. What could you do with an extra 4.5 hours a week? You could be scouting new deals, optimizing your listings, or hey, maybe just taking a break for once. This right here is the hidden cost of doing everything manually. So how do we fix this? How do you get out of that operational chaos? Well, the answer is to give your business a central brain. And no, I'm not just talking about another app you download. This is about a complete shift in how you run things. We're talking about a property management system, or what we call a PMS. So what is a PMS, really? Put simply, it's the digital backbone for your entire business. It's one central piece of software that connects everything. We're talking your booking sites, your smart locks, your cleaners, your accounting, everything. It's designed specifically to automate all of those repetitive, soul-crushing tasks that are eating up all your time. Just imagine this for a second. You have one calendar, and it's your single source of truth. It syncs instantly across Airbnb, Booking.com, VRBO, your own website, everywhere. Double bookings? Gone. A guest books, and they automatically get a confirmation, directions, check-in instructions, all without you lifting a finger. Your cleaning team gets an alert the second someone checks out. And all your data, your revenue, your occupancy, it's all right there in one simple dashboard. That's what a real PMS does. Now you might be thinking, awesome, I'll just go buy a PMS and all my problems are solved. And honestly, I wish it were that simple. But this is where so many people fall into what I call the tool trap. Because just having a powerful tool without the right strategy behind it can actually create more problems. And this right here is probably the most important idea in this whole explainer. A system is not just the software you buy. It's the strategy, the workflows, the processes that make all the tools work together in harmony. It's the difference between having a garage full of high-end car parts and having a finely tuned engine that's ready to win a race. And look, trying to build this engine all by yourself is tough. I mean, first, you've got to pick the right software out of hundreds of choices. Then, you have to configure it perfectly for your business. Then comes the fun part, integrating it with your smart locks, your payment gateways, your bookkeeping software. Oh, and you also have to figure out your own processes first before you can even think about automating them. And finally, you've got to train your team so that everyone is actually using it the right way. It's a lot. This is exactly why the smartest operators stop thinking like tool buyers and start thinking like architects. They're not just buying software, they're designing a complete operational system from the ground up. To see what that looks like in the real world, let's take a look at the approach a consultancy like Go to Rental uses. See, an architect doesn't just look at the software, they look at the entire business. It all starts with strategy. Where are you now and where do you want to go? Then you build the operations to support that vision, setting up the right PMS, yes, but also defining all the workflows for your team. And finally, you put the financial controls in place with clear reportings you can actually make smart, data-driven decisions. It's a full 360-degree approach. This kind of process really becomes a partnership. It starts with the super deep dive into your business. From there, a custom strategy is built just for you. Then, an expert handles all the heavy lifting, the implementation, the integrations, the whole shebang. And this is crucial. They train you and your team on the new processes, and it doesn't just stop there. There's ongoing analysis to make sure the system is actually working and delivering results. Okay, so that's the theory. That's the blueprint. But what happens when the building is finished? What does this look like in the real world? Let's check out some of the tangible results operators get when a system like this is put in place. So, let's talk about your most valuable asset, your time. Remember that 4.5 hours a week just on cleaning coordination? Well, with a proper digital system in place, that plummets to just 1.5 hours. That's a 66% reduction. We're talking 3 hours of your life you get back every single week. Time you can now spend on your business, not just stuck in it. And a great system doesn't just save you time, it actually makes you more money. By creating a really professional, seamless guest experience, which often includes a slick direct booking website, operators are able to more than double their share of direct bookings. And you know what that means? It means you're way less reliant on the big platforms and those massive commission fees they charge. And here's where the rubber really meets the road. This translates into cold, hard cash. By pushing more bookings to their own direct channel, this operator saved 21% on commissions. And not just once, every single month. That is pure profit that goes straight to your bottom line. So really, it all boils down to this one question you have to ask yourself. Do you want to keep being a reactive operator, constantly juggling, constantly putting out fires? Or are you ready to become the architect of your business? Are you ready to thoughtfully design a system that can run without you, a system that can scale, and a system that can finally deliver on that dream of freedom and growth you started with?